Welcome back to another episode of the Vectra. I am on my way down to pull because today we're going to pull the engine out of the car. You may have seen in the previous episode, Castle Combe didn't go too well. So yes, Jay called me up this morning, he's available, we're heading down there now. Let's see what we can find. Just so we're all clear about one thing, there's no glamour to us and building our race cars at Club Racing UK. Get back down to my garage and there is just fucking smashed glass everywhere because we live, well, the garage is on an estate which I grew up on. I grew up on a good old council estate, but for fuck's sake guys, come on, there's fucking no need for this shit. So yeah, first job will be clearing up all this shit before we pull the car out. So, oh dear. So now that I've tidied up all the shit that was down here, time for a little recap. It's actually been a little while since we've been down on the car. Probably 2 months has passed since the track day. As you saw in the previous episode, that didn't go too well. So today we are here pulling the engine out. Jay's not here yet, so he's on his way. So yeah, I thought I'd just do a quick little recap. Obviously the car blew up at Combe. Not good. We then loaded it up, stuck it in the garage, and it's been sat there ever since. I have been down here once since then. Like I say, it's been about 2 months now. And whilst I was down here, I was applying some of the livery. Obviously the plan was to do Super Touring Live, so everything was put in place. Uncle Luke's did a mega job getting out the livery we're going to be running with the car. So you're going to see a bit of that in this video. We did want to do a proper livery reveal just before we were going to do the race, but unfortunately with the engine blowing up, we didn't make it to the race, and therefore it's just been sat in the garage. So whilst the videos have been a bit slow, as I say, timescale, it's the 3rd of August today, so yeah, it's been a little while. Whilst yes, it's all doom and gloom, the engine blew up, we can't afford to really fit a new one in just yet. We're still looking for parts and bits like that. There is still progression, so we'll still bring build updates on the car. Steph's obviously focus is pushing on massively now, which is good. So yeah, so hopefully in the next couple of clips I will take you around the livery. It's not fully finished yet. There's another batch of stickers that Luke has sent us out, so there's a few little tweaks we've got to make to it. So hopefully in this video, maybe the next video, we'll get you the full livery reveal. But yeah, hope you enjoy it guys. Please obviously again leave some nice comments below, or even crap comments if you don't like it, but just let us know. We love the feedback, and obviously we're doing it for you guys as well as us, so let us know what you think below. And there you have it everyone, we have gone with the Retro 97 Sunday Times livery. So some of you may recognise this. We have put our own little twist on it. Obviously instead of the Sunday Times, we've got Club Racing UK as the main sponsor. As I say, it's not fully finished. We have got a few little things. We're going to put the little Sunday Times emblem up on the top, so the little lions and the crown and stuff like that. I just thought it'd be a nice little touch. Got some new marketing delivery signs just to bring them down a little bit so it's in scale with what was used to be the mobile one. Been told a million times over that the number plaque is wrong. Thank you to the Super Touring replica group that I'm part of on WhatsApp, especially a massive shout out to Jack Britton. He's done a mega job of getting me the fonts and like all the styles and stuff like that, and a huge shout out to Gary Hobson as well, who sent me a million photos of this livery. He's a top lad. So we've managed to try and hopefully match it as much as we can. But yeah, we've got extra stickers to put on. This is what all of this is here. So, and another shout out to Uncle Luke's for supplying us with all of that. But yeah, I think it looks mint. I love it. We wanted to do that because it's a nice simple livery, and it's also one you don't see a lot of. So we got a few extra bits. Obviously we want to finish the wrapping of the front bumper. This white bit here, we're going to paint it because it's lazy. And I'm terrible at wrapping, and then we're going to get rid of these in favour of white as well, and then it needs a good clean, because as you can see, just sitting in a garage doing nothing, it gets absolutely covered in crap. Not ideal, but unfortunately that's all we've got. So yeah guys, let us know what you think. There's other bits of finishing touches, such as the auto traders are going to be see-through. Again, number plaques and stuff like that to change, but I think it looks wicked. It would have been lovely to get it on show for Super Touring Live, but they have announced a Super Touring 2 for next year, so that is now our goal, to get the car out for that. So only a year to go. As I say, it's August the 3rd, so we'll see how that one goes. But yeah, let us know what you think, guys. So one little touch I do really like, obviously one of our title sponsors here is Silver Lake Garage. I got in touch with Rob and Alan and asked them obviously about running the logo. This logo is actually Silver Lake's logo from 1997, so that is obviously in period with the livery, so I think that's a nice little touch. Massive shout out to those guys for allowing us to do that, which is really cool. So yeah, thanks guys, it looks wicked. And here's to many more years of Silver Lake. Right then, so whilst I'm waiting for Jay, I'm going to start unbolting some of the bits. Again, another few things I've done since we've been gone. Finally committed and pulled the servo out. I'm going to try and work out some way of running a dual piston reservoir setup so there's no servo in there. The reason we did that is so we could get a nice shiny air filter on it. It is only temporarily fixed on at the moment because we just wanted to get it in place. Obviously the big problem, as you can still see, is the huge holes in the engine. We'll get some better photos when it's out, but yeah, whilst I'm waiting for Jay, I will just start taking the front end off, take all the under tray off, and then we'll get into why it exploded. Yeah, we think we know why, but we'll see. We'll let Jay work his magic and work it out. Just taking the splitter off. Oh, look at that gorgeous carbon fibre and just fluid still dropping off of it. I can't wait to take this off and see the absolute state that this is all in. Obviously this is the first time we've taken the car apart since the engine blows, so it'll be interesting to find out what pieces we find. I'll give you an example. Just found well, there's a bit of block, so yeah, there you go, you can see. Better look at that hole right there. It shouldn't be there. So as you can see, it's all covered in grass, oil, coolant. Thankfully most of the oil is still on the grass at Castle Combe. It didn't actually do too much damage to the track actually when the oil blew. There wasn't much of a clear up from what I've been told, so yeah, hopefully most of it's on the grass. So we'll get this off and we'll see if we can get some closer pics. Okay then, so first look down with the splitter off. So what we got then, so bit of piston, sorry, a bit of rod, bit of block. Surprisingly these stayed on, which is good. More block, more block, more block. Yeah, we've got some goodies in here. Oh, hello. Oh, that's a bearing, or I believe that's a bearing. Jay will confirm in a minute, but I'm pretty sure that'll be the bearing that was attached to said rod. More block, more little bits of block. Yeah, lots of grass. That's a nice little trophy. Should we poke our heads up underneath and have a look? It did blow the rad as well, so obviously it came out with such force. It's blown a hole in the rad as well, so I'll get this all out of the way and then we'll see what other bits and bobs we can find. Right, so splitter out the way. Yeah, well, there you go. You can get a really good look at the hole now. I don't think you should see daylight out the other side. That was amazing. So yeah, definitely foobard. I love the fact you can see through it. That is bloody brilliant. I know if I lay under here, I'm going to get covered. Let's see if I can get a picture from the back end. I think it blew by the starter motor, didn't it? Oh yeah, look, there it is. Hold on, let's see if I can do. Can't get my arm in there well enough. Gooey! Gooey! Oh dear. That's engine shouldn't look like that. Air cooled actually. That's a VW. There we go. Call it a VW. Jay's here, everybody, and he's just covered everything in Lucozade.
Fell out the door.
You idiot.
Jeez. It was like champagne, that was.
It was like champagne.
It was really good.
One day we'll be sharing, you know, spraying champagne because of this thing. But
champagne over that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you ready for this?
Yeah. Nice and simple, eh? Not really in there anymore.
I've just started pulling, so I've been doing little updates, but I've been just pulling all the fuel lines off, undone all the loom, but the loom's stuck behind the injector rail at the moment, so I'll pull all that off in a second. The exhaust is off. Thank you, Robin, for that V-band, because that just makes life a million times easier. Pipes disconnected. Thankfully, no fluid in the car. So yeah, a few more bits to take off, and then we'll get it into position, I guess, and start lifting this thing out. Easy peasy, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Downside.
Yeah, nice and easy. There's tons of room. Look at it. All this room.
It's like working on like a Ford Capri. Just sort of get in it.
Don't say that on the channel that it's like a Ford. Fucking hell. Sorry, Vauxhall fans. So yeah, we're going to crack on with some more.
Oh, there it is.
So Jay, have you had a look on the splitter
actually.
of all the bits that came out when I dropped it off?
Oh, there's the shell. I was looking for that.
Shouldn't be there, should it?
No, it shouldn't be, but it's actually intact, which is weird. It's very odd how this bit of block.
Oh yeah, tons of bits of
This
block.
is a nice enough bit of paintwork. See, I put all this paint on there, just to know what it is.
Yeah.
That's so bad.
It's mad, isn't it? So we were just discussing, Jay's obviously built, how many engines do you think you've built in your time?
Too many. Lost
Roughly,
fingers.
go on. Roughly.
I don't know, about 30.
About 30 engines is this man has built, all sorts of shapes and sizes, and he's never had one explode like this one. So
Something's just not right.
yeah, so I've been doing loads of homework. A few people have got like a few theories as to what's gone wrong. Loads of people have been really helpful and said, right, you need to do X, Y, Z to obviously rebuild it back up. But yeah, this man's gonna have a good dig in, find out what's wrong, find out what went wrong.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a punt and say I think it's standard rods that just weren't man enough. Obviously, when we took a photo, hopefully Steph can put the photo in here from Coombe, a few people piped up straight away and went, well, there's your problem, it's a standard rod. So I'm going to go with that if that's the case. The thing was pushing 214 brake, which everyone has said that's way too much for a standard rod. I didn't know what rods went in there.
200 brake, isn't it? It's not like.
Yeah, I know it's only 200 brake, granted, but only 200 brake has blown its way out of the block, fired its way into our radiator,
Run down Castle Cool like no.
Yeah, Castle Coombe's gone bang. So yeah, so but yeah, that's what this is all about. We're nearly kind of, what are you doing? Dropping the shafts out?
Yeah, shafts out.
So Jason's gonna drop the shafts out. I've just dropped all the gearbox linkage and all of that jazz. All the loom is off and over there now, which is good.
It's like super nice.
It's lovely, isn't it? Sparkle is such a good.
Guys.
It's much easier, isn't it? You literally just a couple of clips, couple of plugs.
It's even neater than a standard engine loom.
Whoa, you heard it there, everyone.
It's like this together.
It's lovely,
It's not
isn't it?
held together with Tessa tape and
No, which it may have been before, but yeah, like I say, can't fault them for what they've done for us. Look at it, it's still bits dripping everywhere. But yeah, so hopefully we'll get a time lapse on the go in a minute. We've got one of the other GoPros up on the doodah, and we'll start lifting this thing out pretty soon. Jay, you got a hammer out. Why have you got a hammer out?
Oh, I'm trying to put loads of silicone on the bottom of this. I didn't want it to leak, and now it's really tight again.
So you've screwed yourself over, is what you're saying.
Break the seal, but
there's nothing worse than breaking the seal, though, is there? Like on a night out. Is there anything worse?
It's the running back and forth that really does me in.
The running back and forth.
Yeah, you
What,
break the seal and then
yeah.
Oh, okay. No, it's Steffels now.
I was going to say, yeah. To be fair, there's tons of video footage on our previous videos of Steph weeing. So yes, little update. Anyway, whilst Jay is battering the gearbox, he's dropped the shafts out.
Not yet.
No, they're out the hubs. The shafts are out the hubs. Obviously in a minute, as soon as he pulls the shaft out, it's going to drop the gearbox oil. I think that's the only fluid that's still left in the car.
There might be some.
So once we've done that,
I know. whilst we're here, should we just, you know, should we have a little laugh?
I'm always up for a laugh, you know
Drain
me.
the engine oil. Let's see how much is in there.
Oh, Jay's gonna drain the engine oil already.
Let's see how many.
Should we see how much is actually?
How much noise it makes?
Hey! Oh, there's oil still in it.
That's not oil. That's water.
Oh, that's water.
That's a lot of coolant. That. Oh! Get some oil. Still coolant. Still coolant. Bit of both. Bit of mix. Oh yeah. Bit of mix.
Oh.
Oh my days.
Oh, so it was still holding fluid then. Oh, look at that. Oh no.
No bits then? You know,
Not yet.
I wanted like...
You wanted...
Yeah, like chunks.
Chunks and... look at all that.
Well, you've had some oil in.
Yeah, that's actually quite surprising. Well, that might be why there wasn't much at Castle Combe.
Here.
It's actually... Yeah, I suppose the hole is quite high up still, isn't it? You're enjoying that, aren't you?
It's lovely.
It's
so clean.
It's really
as well
starts.
still.
Well, it was brand fucking new. That's why. That was 50 quid well spent. It was quite funny actually, because on the previous video you see us saying, "Oh, maybe we should do an oil change. Maybe we should." After we found that little leak.
Yeah.
And then we went out and blew it up. So yeah. If that leak wasn't us being told we should pack up and go home, then. Yeah, that's me being impatient and years of building the car, then wanting to use it, and yeah, kaboom.
Why did you put so much silicone on it, you fucking tool?
Well, you did it. So Jay's obviously been bashing away at this for a little while now, and he just went and got a bigger hammer, and that has now done the trick. Oh yes.
This is gonna be disgusting.
That's not, just leave it leaking like that.
Be here for ages.
So they've not got a drain bungalow down there?
No, of course they haven't. Stupid design.
Oh, there she goes.
That's so clean.
So fresh and so clean. I'm going to move because that's going to be a mess. Oh, yeah, baby. Lovely. Well, progress. Annoyingly, the GoPro's dying, so if this video just dies off, it's because the GoPros are flat. It's not just because it's all going to pop. But, look, progress.
You know what, right?
We've got a J in the way right now.
It's like actually in like our rightish nick.
There
You
you
would
go.
think that would be starved of oil and scored to hell, yeah? But
Here we go.
It's not horrendous.
It's not horrendous. You can see right through it, which is great.
It was a bit battered, isn't
But we're practically ready to lift it, aren't we?
Yeah, let's get some mounts off, hey?
So we just need to take them out. Well, we'll get some support on it. Take these mounts off. She's ready to lift.
How do we pop?
So I made a little makeshift lifting eye there because God knows where the other one's gone.
Many years of
Jay's just
around.
adjusting the crane now. Everything is unbolted apart from this engine mount here. Sorry, gearbox mount there, and the two engine ones at the front. But she's ready to lift. So fingers crossed. We've got the other GoPro. Look at that GoPro placement. We'll get the old time lapse on the go and we'll get this thing lifted out. So there's the offending object. As you can see, nice big hole in here now. Jay, you sir are a legend, aren't you? Whoa, muscle man. She's out. She's out. Oh, there's all sorts of bits down there. So yeah, now it's going to go back in the back of Jay's truck into his nice, freshly clean. So he's just telling me how he's just been working really hard, getting all the crap out of his garage, and yeah, now he's ready for this. So, oh, what are you doing now?
I was going to get this starter motor off, see what
he's gonna get these
condition that's in, because it's took a fair battery, right?
So obviously this is the fun bit now, so we now need to strip the whole thing apart, see what's salvageable. We're hoping it's just block damage. Obviously crank, pistons and all of that will be knackered. We're pretty prepared for that, but what we're hoping it hasn't done is damage any of the headwork. Obviously the head's been polished, it's had all the work done to it, all the cams in it and everything, so we're hoping as long as it hasn't wrecked any of that, it should be a case of finding a new block, some internals, and oh hello, what's he found? Here we go. There you go. Right, four. Look at that.
What the hell?
Wow. This is, oh Jesus Christ, look at that.
I know.
State of that.
Rumbled.
Stop breaking it! Just get a lever bar the other way and ping it out. Oh. Hey!
Oh yeah, that nice little like sump guard we put in there is pretty bad. Oh, it's pretty disintegrated.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, this is it now, isn't it? It's time to start digesting it all and finding out what's actually wrong with it. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. It's just. I'm just going to add that block with the other bits and bobs we found over here. So yeah, we'll get this back in, and hopefully Jay will give us some updates as and when he starts pulling it apart. Do you have an ETA when you're going to roughly start pulling it apart? Or?
A couple of weeks, I reckon.
Yeah, like I say, we're in absolutely no rush whatsoever now. Whilst he's doing this, I'm going to be in here cleaning out all the oil, all the junk, everything else that's missing out of here. We are going to run a different gearbox, so we're going to try and find the F18 Vectra gearbox. Been told all the internals are exactly the same, we just need to take our diff out, but it will have the mounting holes for the gearbox linkage. So as you may have seen in the last video, we had nothing but gearbox linkage problems to start with before the engine blew up. So we're going to find a Vectra F18 box. I'm being told it's like for like internals, everything else, and apparently it's a little bit stronger, so who knows. We'll do the homework fully, but yeah, we'll find one of them a lot cheaper than the F20, and then we'll move the F20 on to hopefully make our money back from that. So yeah, hopefully with the right correct Vectra gearbox mounted to, there is talks of potentially running a different block, like a newer block from the Z20 LET. I've seen a few things on a few forums saying that you can do that. I'm actually just talking to a guy called Jake Hickley right now. He seems pretty clued up with his Vauxhall stuff, so I'm hoping maybe he can give us a hand with that as well. So yeah, fingers crossed, we'll get this back together fairly soon. There we have it.
Say the starter motor is well lubed.
The starter motor is well lubed. Oh yeah. Don't want that in there, do we?
Not really.
So we've just dropped the box off, so that's the F20 gearbox out as well. You don't want that yet, do you?
No, I don't think we're going to reuse this.
Oh wow, that's taken a...
I thought it would have been worse, you know, like a massive dent, but
for what it is,
it's worth another one.
It's easy enough to get to, isn't it?
Exactly.
But yeah, so there we have it. Engine fully out. Oh, Jay's going to take this away now. Good work, magic on it.
Dissect it.
Stop throwing bits over here. What was that in there? More blocks. More bits of the block. You know what we should do? What we'll do, we'll see if we can make a little trophy out of it, and
melt it all together.
Should we cast a trophy out of it, and one of our followers or one of our YouTubers, when we get to 1,000 followers on YouTube, we'll give away a Club Racing UK trophy. The trophy being our first engine explosion. But yeah, look, empty engine bay. Time to just clear out all the junk, grit and crap whilst it's out. And then also I'll get the livery finished as well whilst it's all apart. So hopefully once the engine's done we can drop it back in and go testing again. It's not that bad. I will say this, for the 2.5 laps we did manage of Castle Combe, the car did feel incredibly planted and quite responsive. So thank you, Chris, for obviously getting the car pointing in the right direction. We've now just got to sort the power plant out. That wasn't a bad pull out, really, was it?
That was pretty easy.
Pretty easy to pull it out.
Trying to put it in.
Yeah, well, that's what we were just saying. We don't understand why it was so tricky.
I think it was higher when I was at Steph's. It was much higher.
Yeah,
it was skimming this trying to get it out.
No, we were, weren't we? Well, I don't know. I was off getting McDonald's. You two were fighting with it. I went off and got Macca's. So yeah, Jay's just gonna put the shafts back in so we don't ruin the wheel bearings. Everything we can do. We're going to fabricate, we saw earlier in the video, we're going to fabricate a plate here, and then we're actually going to have some standalone reservoirs for the brake rods. We're finally getting rid of the servo. We've done that to get rid, so the airbox fits in here. But yeah, just going to look at sourcing some parts. Jay's going to hopefully deliver us some good news that it's just a broken block.
Yeah, it's fine, yeah.
Yeah, and everything else will be fine. So once we get the all clear, we're still looking for parts. So guys, if this video comes out and we're still looking for parts,
please
let us know if you've got any bits. We're always open for talking deals and stuff. So fingers crossed, the next video we'll have some updates for you. But for now, guys, that's us signing off. Again, if you like what we're doing, hit that like and subscribe button. It means the world to us if you do. And don't forget to share it with your friends. If you like what we're doing, we're just a bunch of clowns enjoying building cars, having fun whilst we're doing it. Ain't that right, Jay?
Exactly.
So yeah,
It's all
hit
about-
that like and subscribe. We'll do some deals when we get to 800 followers and 1,000 followers and all of that jazz. So guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one. Toodaloo.